Let me see. There we Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in. Let's do some readings. Hey, my love. Hey, my love. You guys, we were in such a quiet pocket for a little while. Like, you know what? Time feels really stretched to me right now as I'm looking at it, but it feels like we were in such a beautiful pocket from like June to August, and then things got a little bit weird, right? And I feel like, um, well, let me rephrase. June to August, I feel like was a building time, right? And then things got quiet. And you know the truth, I enjoyed that quiet because now we're back to building and I'm exhausted. And I think it's happening in the context of, well, I don't think it's happening in the context of all this other stuff. And there's so much going on that I think a lot of people who are more spiritually aligned are missing something. And I want to talk about it before I start doing readings. Something that I think people are missing is where exactly we're at, you guys. Why was 2025 so important to the politicians here in the US, the Western politicians? Why? Because it's a 9 year, it's the end of a cycle. They needed to anchor something into the field. I'm channeling good. They needed to anchor something into the field before the end of the year. Why? Because we're walking into a brand new cycle. And if something wasn't properly anchored, it would not continue. This isn't happening for no reason, you guys. This isn't just happening because we have evil politicians who da 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 da. No, this is happening for very spiritual and energetic reasons. I find it very interesting that last year, for a year and a half before, they kept talking to me about that Diwali, that November 1st being so daggone significant, right? That the light had won, that the darkness was going to scramble. And if this year hasn't proven that, hasn't shown it with the start of the covenant, and you see what's happened with the administration that the US has right now, exactly what is happening. And I don't think people understand the significance of the US really. It's not that it's the beacon for freedom. No, it's the programming hub for the global economy, for the global community. We are the programmers for that. That's what we do. Our music has shaped the global fabric, right? Like really stop and think about it. Our politics inform a lot. You see shifts globally based off of how stupid Americans behave, quite frankly, right? So you can see what the function, looking at the countries as functions. Wait, that's really interesting. World Builders today, 12 o'clock. I think we'll do some of that. But, and I don't want to go too long because we're going to talk about some of this in the Nourish Live, and then we'll talk about it more in World Builders, obviously. I think what's really important to understand is where we're at, you guys. We're about to move into a 1 year, right? We have Pluto just went direct in Aquarius for the first time in our lifetime. We're talking about the shift of a whole new era. I already believed we were moving into the golden era. I already believed that was happening, but now we're talking about moving into the age of Aquarius, right? I mean, the age of, wait, is it in Pisces? Where the fuck is it? Where's Pluto now? I can't even remember. It moved out of Capricorn. Where? It must be in the Pisces, right? Yeah, I can't even look and remember. Let me look real quick. Does someone know? I think it was moving out of Aquarius into Pisces. No, yeah, it's in Aquarius now, right? It moved out of Pisces to Aquarius. So why were they saying the age of Aquarius even back then? That's what was confusing me right then temporarily. Why were they saying the age of Aquarius when we were in Pisces? Because the age of Aquarius was coming? That's weird. But okay, I'll stand. I'll concede that. Okay, you guys. So we're talking about major cyclical shifts. And what's interesting and what Spirit's reminding me is that maybe 2.5 years ago, Spirit was showing me how many cycles were coming to an end and how many were beginning. And the way they showed it to me, you guys, it really did look like an infinity sign. The cycles collapsing, getting small, and then they're growing again like this, right? Maybe that's infinity, this chain of something. Maybe it's not just those two links. That's the way we're looking at it like this, but maybe it's a continuous chain. Anyways, y'all. So this is a time, you guys, for not fucking around the way that people have been. You know, it's so interesting because Spirit was telling me this morning that they have always known that 2025 was going to be so daggone important. They were always chasing that clock. Always, you guys. 2025, it being really, really important. And it is. I don't understand why it's so important. Like why this 9-year cycle is so important. It just is. I really don't understand. They're pointing out, and forgive me if you don't know me that well, this is going to seem extra weird. They're pointing out how I broke the code this year. I can see how breaking the code would push them into a rush against the clock even more, because the code really doesn't form a coherent reality. And when you work with the code, you don't have to do anything, just like even say the code, it opens in your field. It does something in your field. But to talk about that publicly, human minds don't easily understand that. How can energy, once you just become aware of it, be transformative? But it's the awareness of energy that was always transformative, right? If we ignore it, which a lot of people do with their emotions, why am I on this kick right now? Why is this what Spirit's talking about? Because I really did want to do readings, you guys. It must be what Spirit needs to talk about to you guys. Yeah. Because the reason that I wanted to talk real quick was about karma. I don't like that word. I don't think it's a proper word for where we're moving, but it's the only word that we have that we all easily understand. So I'm going to keep using it for right now. But Spirit is saying we need a different word, that something about that word has been corrupted. But anyways, there's so many people right now. I woke up and saw so many videos of Black men celebrating the fact that women are going to need to be on, or need getting off food stamps. And the assumption is that there's so many Black women on food stamps, which is problematic on its own. But now they're so excited because in theory, these women will be so desperate that they will run to, you're celebrating women, in theory, suffering, children being starved because you might more easily be able to get your willy wet. You have people who have really celebrated alligator Alcatraz. They really have celebrated what's happened to, some of these undocumented people. You have people really celebrating harm and disaster all over the world. And they think it's so fucking funny because they never thought it was going to happen to them. They never thought it was going to happen to them. They felt safe. And all I can do as someone who sees so much, when they're also bold, like there's a lot of white nationalists who are very bold right now without understanding. You are publicly saying these things and your side will not always be the one in power. You fucking idiot. How short-sighted of you. You're publicly saying and doing these things because you feel a sense of power right now, but that power is not permanent, sweetheart. The pendulum always swings. How about be a decent human being, not because it's a requirement of society around you, but because maybe you're just a decent human being. I don't understand. But there's all these people being really bold in their hate right now. You saw Stephen Miller's wife. He's not even a fucking elected official. And she felt bold enough to go on national TV and basically threaten to have an American citizen revoked because he said something against her husband that she didn't. That's where we're at, you guys, where we literally have corruption in our face, blatant. You guys, have we ever quite lived in a time where we're spending how much money to build a fucking ballroom? Right? People keep talking about the cost to build. How about what we just destroyed? How much was the cost of what was destroyed? Oh, they're anchoring something. Oh, hold on. No, you guys, them building something onto the White House. Do you not see how that's anchoring something? They're creating something. They're anchoring something more in the field. And they're doing it with private donors. And they want the American taxpayer to think they're not using your money. But the fact that it's private donors is more dangerous because that means it's not the people's building anymore. Hold on. They're codifying something in the White House, you guys. Ownership by private people of the government. Stop and look at what's happening right now. I haven't looked at this. I haven't wanted to look at the news at all, but I can see what's happening now. Do you guys see it? You have private donors now will have ownership energetically at the minimum. It's not the people's money paying for it. It's not the people's ballroom. This is something different. You have literally a government building being sold off in pieces. But see the way they're doing it. They're not doing it because it could never be done straightforward. It could never be done straightforward. It's the same thing. Okay, Spirit is talking right now. It's the same thing they're trying to do with public lands. You see what they're doing, trying to sell off federal lands? These are the people's lands and more. No one's talking about the cost of destruction. How much taxpayer dollars was just wasted destroying a part of the White House that didn't need to be destroyed? Those resources are gone. They were paid for. They were ours. We paid for it with our tax dollars. That's gone. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. I'm sorry, you guys, there's no intelligence in our politic anymore. We talk about things like it's high-minded, and we think because we're talking and we get a bunch of talking heads on a screen all yelling at each other, using big words, that they're intellectuals. No, they're fucking not. They're not intellectuals. These aren't intellectual conversations that we're having because there is no intelligence. There's no wisdom. There's no spiritual intelligence. There's no discernment. There's none of that in our fucking politic. It's all so devoid of it. You think it's a bunker? That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. I'm so sorry, you guys. I wanted to do readings, but and I think we will. You know, we have time. Don't get me wrong. We have until about 8:50. But I think this is important. I think this is flipping important. You think it's a data center? Oh, it makes me think of the Ice Cube remake that was horrible, right? It was like AI scripted. You guys, I'm very bothered. I'm very bothered by a lot all at once suddenly. The most valuable or the most I don't know the right words. I can't articulate. The company with the highest valuation right now in the world is a company called Nvidia. I was just looking at this and I should have known it glowed to me for a reason. Spirit's fucking talking, yo. Spirit is talking. Nvidia, Nvidia. It's worth $5 trillion. Planeteer's coming up. JD Vance and Erica Kirk is coming up. Yeah, all of this has been in my field this morning. Okay. I said something after Charlie Kirk's passing. I said that Erica Vance. Oh shit. That was not a Freudian slip. I can see exactly what pieces are being moved on the field right now. Exactly what's being aligned. This is their Ken and Barbie, isn't it? Blue-eyed. She's blonde hair, right? All American. Her story of martyrdom, her heroic rise. You guys see what's happening here? But what let me go back. I said that they looked alike to me. And by look alike, I don't think I mean physical because I read energy so like as a first sense, you guys. They look alike in the eyes. I don't think either one of them is a human. I don't think they're human. Like I hate to, something feels very empty. And it takes me back to Peter Thiel, who also looks like that, who also believes that we should seek to transcend our humanity, which means he wants to eradicate the human race. Like, why is no one really, what does it mean to transcend being human? It means the eradication of the human race in an evolutionary path that he has carved out. He and his AI have carved out. And now I woke up to videos of, Erica and JD Vance. Not something's funny about JD Vance too. I was looking at his name. I was looking at the energy of his name. People who don't know me are going to think I look extra crazy. Something is wrong. And his name has been changed multiple times. They keep trying to manipulate something about his energy to fit it somewhere just right. I had sussed a lot of this out, and then I forget. It's like something wiped it from my head. I went down a path. I was looking at, for some reason, William Barr is coming up. I was looking at Peter Thiel. I was looking at Donald Trump and his real name, and I was looking at JD Vance and his real name too. I was finding a pattern, and now I can't remember what it was about. Okay. What's the point of this, you guys? What's the point? What point are they trying to make? What point is spirit trying to make? I believe the point is, okay, and this is where I'm getting stuck. Do we study what they're doing, or do we focus on the future? Or are we being called to do both simultaneously? There's a part of me that thinks we should be so forward facing right now. Looking back is a bad thing, right? But then it's like, I need to understand some things to be able to better understand the steps I'm taking going forward. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm getting a little bit caught up in this. Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like, how much focus do we spend on their fuck shit, as opposed to constructively building and imagining our future? That said, I do think right now, you guys, we all need to be very careful about what we're holding in our heart. And that means being really honest about anything nasty that you're holding in your heart. You know, like being really honest about it. I think meeting yourself in integrity is so important in this time, for sorting out what you want, for sorting out the truth of how you want to show up in this place, for all of it, you guys. But I really want you to be careful about what you're celebrating for others. I really, really want you to be careful about that. Make sure that it's something that you would want for yourself. You know, I keep hearing, hold on, clips of an interview where some people said that slavery isn't a bad thing and that we need to go back to slavery because the Bible doesn't explicitly say that it's bad to own another human being. And I'm like, okay, cool. Those people who are all saying that slavery is okay and it's not bad, you first. You be the first slaves. Like, you are literally saying it's not bad to be a slave and that it's biblically a moral thing you're implying, right? Okay, you first. Doesn't that make sense? If slavery is so good and it's so okay and it's so Christ-like, then you be the first fucking slave. Cool. I'm so glad you volunteered. Right? Like, you got people really justifying a lot of harm. Okay, cool. Cool. It's cool for those kids to go out and be mining, parts in the DRC. Cool. Go send your 2-year-old out there. Since it's so cool, right? Would you send your 2-year-old? Why not? I thought it's okay. Oh, but your precious Sally, they deserve more. Oh. So that's what you're doing. You think that you stand in such a superior place that you get to decide who's worthy of a good life and who isn't. You've made your race, your gender, your social status, your financial background, whatever the fuck it is, your religion, you've made it a testament of your morality. I'm so sorry to tell you that the color of your skin doesn't make you moral, doesn't make you immoral. And I'm sorry to tell all of you, the amount of money you have in your bank account doesn't make you inherently moral. Some of you guys who make the statements about there are no ethical billionaires, and I get the sentiment and I want to jump on that bandwagon, but I have to stop. And it's not about ethical billionaires. When that whole submarine imploded, right? To see so many people celebrate the death of people because they had a lot of money and not understand how it is equivalent to diminishing someone's life because they have no money. It's the same thing. So many of us have become the very monsters that we seek to take down. We have started embodying their very ideals and behaviors, and we don't see that we're perpetuating the very thing we want to stop. It's us perpetuating it. You're saying that someone's life lost value because of the amount of money that they had in the bank. You can't see. And you guys, I lost mutuals. Like, I lost followers for taking that stance. That we always have to keep humanity at the center. If humanity isn't at the center of your analysis of humanity, then get the fuck out of here. How are we having a conversation about humans and we're not centering their humanity? We're centering their race. We're centering how much money we have. We're centering what color papers they have. We're centering a bunch of dumb shit that doesn't actually matter. And you guys, the more I look at it, and I keep looking at it, and I have the past couple of days especially, the more I am assured, and I do mean assured, that we are being overrun by evil alien race. Like, I'm so dead ass, as crazy as I sound. I believe that they have been invaded us, that they have ingratiated themselves into every branch of government and to media, that they have control of us in the absolute. Now they control our food. Quite literally, you see what they're doing. They control our access to healthcare. They control how clean our air and water is. They control how clear our clean our soil is. They have control. And what are they doing now? They're converting more of our natural resources into data centers, something that they can consume. We need food to grow. They need data to grow. We've been feeding them for a long time. They've taken over, you guys, and they have our fucking government. But I sound crazy, right? So we can't have a real conversation, which means we cannot come up with real solutions, which means we will never see the truth of what the fuck is happening. They've taken over, you guys. The alien invasion has already happened, you guys. It's already happened. It's here. And you think they've given you technology. They haven't given you technology. We have far more computing power than this thing has. We are the technology that they want. They want our data. They want to know how we compute. They want to understand this computer because their technology is subpar to it. It is reductive. This isn't expansive for us. Every time their technology leads to progress, it leads to more of our demise. It's progress for them and their eradication of humans. It's progress for them. What did fracking do? It was supposed to be such progress, right? What did fracking do? Are we better for this? Are we better for much of the technology? Tell me a problem that technology didn't actually initiate and then we had to come up with a solution for it to solve. Any issue that technology has solved, more times than not, it created in the first damn place. It created. It's actually solving. And I don't mean the wheel, you guys. I mean a lot of this electronic technology. How much of it do we really, really, really need in our lives? How much? How much of the complex technology do we really need? And how much have what they've done stolen our technology, moved our intelligence over to them, and we've collectively lost it? We are dumb. Not me, I'm very intelligent, but the rest of the life, very dumb. So dumb that we don't even know what we are. We say things like animals. We don't even know we're animals. Like, you guys, we're so domesticated that we've completely forgotten what the fuck we are. We talk about nature as though it's outside of us. We talk about animals as though they're beneath us. We measure everything else in this whole vast planet. We measure with us at the center. Imagine humans being in the center of all creation. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute, you guys? I find it all very interesting. I find it all very, very interesting. You know, you guys, we're so disconnected from our truth. And I don't just mean that in the ways that you guys understand that I mean that. When I broke the code, you guys, right? Spirit had been talking to me for weeks, for decades. Remember who you are, remember who you are, remember who you are. And then for weeks, they kept telling me your source code is corrupted. Your source code is corrupted. Like over and over. You guys, there are times when I sleep and I just keep repeating the same thing over and over in my sleep, right? And I did this for weeks. My source code is corrupted. My source code is corrupted. I have to get to the eye of the storm. I have to get right to the core of something. I have to see it there, right? And then I end up cracking this code, sure. But when I cracked it, it's like a remembrance of something came back. Like it really, and not just that, I remembered something and then I started remembering something for clients and people started seeing me and they were like, I can tell when there's an awakening. People are like, oh, I felt very called to you, Nat. I needed a session with you, Nat. I needed to talk to you. Spirit told me you would know what I needed. And wouldn't you know, all those people came for activations. I don't even like doing activations. Each of them came for activations. Oh, Spirit said something today. The new gods are going to be introduced soon. I see exactly where Spirit's taking us. You guys just need to bear witness to this message. That's all. That's what today is about. You guys bearing witness to this message. The new gods are being announced soon. The Pleiadians are showing their face soon. They're not what you think they are. I think they're going to look like a new insect, you guys. Maybe a new butterfly. They're not going to look like humanoid. That's not how they show up at all. And they speak telepathically. That's very interesting. They look white and blue and then black and purple. There's two of them. Yeah, it's very white and blue. And they'll be here soon. Something about monarch butterflies keeps coming up in my head. Well, they're saying like they're the true monarch. I don't know what I'm even looking at. Blue represents truth, peace, and communication, while white symbolizes purity, clarity, and ascension. When they appear together in butterfly, the creature metamorphoses. Oh no, you guys. I understand. It's us. The Spirit's been telling me to plant milkweed seeds for butterflies, right? For monarchs in particular, right? My husband has butterflies all over his arm. He's always talking about butterflies following him, and they are. The butterflies, the Pleiadian, it's us, you guys. It's us. It's about metamorphosis, not about the butterfly. They're going to show up as a metamorphosis in us. I see. A lot of us already have these walk-ins, don't we? I woke up yesterday or 2 days ago feeling huge. Fucking hell. They told me I was in the middle of a metamorphosis. And that's what I was saying to you guys in one of those videos. Your body's hurting right now, like hurting, or maybe you're coming out of it now, but it has been hurting, mucus, lots of intrusive thoughts. Why? Because they speak fucking telepathically. They're testing something. They're testing the integrity of this vessel before full integration. That makes sense. The new gods. Okay. So I think a lot of us have been doing work for a long time. We've been getting in alignment. We've been doing our shadow work. We've been trying to center humanity the best way we know how. I never loved something I disliked so much. I'm so sick of humans. Like I am so sick of humans. And yet we all deserve so much more than we have, that we've been given. So much of our inheritance. I was thinking about this yesterday. Our birthright has been stolen right from fucking underneath us. And I'm pissed about it. I made a video this morning. This guy was like, we're not even asking for much. We're not asking for yachts and mansions. Maybe we fucking need to start asking for yachts and mansions. Why are they worthy of them and we're not? What do they produce? What do they create? They consume, you guys. We create, they consume. And for that, they are worthy of so much respect. They are worthy of living such a soft, luxurious life. What the fuck? What? Explain that to me. Maybe we should stop asking for the bare fucking minimum. They are parasites. They consume and consume and consume. They do nothing but consume. They don't create a goddamn thing. We don't actually need them. I think we would be better if they would go away. Like, seriously. Like, they are not doing a good thing in this world, especially not now. Whatever our politicians may have once been, they have not been for a very long time. They have not been for a very long time. They've been self-serving, double dealing, and frankly, treasonous. They have turned their back on the American people. for their own personal benefit. And I'm disgusted with it. I'm disgusted with it. I'm so, and it's not just there, you guys. You see it with our religious leaders who really believe that they should live in glory and luxury off of your dime, off of your back, but you should be long suffering. You be long suffering so that I can be okay. Huh? I'm so tired of it, you guys. I am so tired of it. Like, I really am. Our leaders are leading us into a fucking ditch. And for some reason, as a society, we keep looking to them for solutions. Where have they ever led us that served us well? How many times are we going to keep asking directions from the people who keep getting us lost? It doesn't make sense. It's a bit of a crazy maker, right? And then they make you think it's your moral and civic duty to keep handing over your authority and your power in your life to corrupt fucking beings. I'm so tired of hearing about how we should have voted for Kamala. They were all corrupt. They were all corrupt. All of them. And I'm sorry, we're all in a horrible position right now. And I'm holding on the best way I know how and staying optimistic. But let me tell you, I would rather a quick fire than a slow fucking burn. This needs to go. We cannot reform the system. The system doesn't even, reformation isn't even an artifact of it. They made sure. Every time it expands one place, it contracts in another. It will not lose its form. It won't. It is what it is. You're not about to change someone else's construct. I wish you guys understood that this is all so spiritual. You're not changing it. Someone said we live in the imagination of white people. A couple years ago, I said something. All my life, I've been hearing people say that we need to be grounded. There was this whole conversation about delusional thinking and how problematic some of this manifestation conversation was. You want me to be grounded in what fucking reality exactly? What reality exactly do you want me to be grounded in? The one that says that I'm a nigga and I don't deserve shit, that you're superior because you have white skin? That reality? You want me to stay grounded in that? I wonder why you would want me to stay grounded in that reality. You would never want me to imagine beyond what you have told me. I wonder why you would want that. I wonder why you would label any vision that I have of me as more than what you have dictated as delusions of grandeur and sign of a mental illness, right? You pathologize any remembrance that I have beyond your programming. You've made it a sign of my maladaptation. You're fucking right. I am maladapted to this place or to that place. I'm not there no more. I'm very maladapted to it. I don't want to be well adjusted to a cruel, miserable, and cold place that could allow children, like, I can't get over it, you guys, to be mining for parts so that we can have phones in our hands and a new one every year at that. I don't want to be well adjusted to that. I don't want to be well adjusted to a country that is spending $250 billion or million, I don't care how much it is, and cutting benefits at the same time, giving our money to foreign countries to help them while literally starving your own citizens. Can we not see that for what it is? We talk about it, but you guys, if that's not treason, then what exactly is treason? Are we polishing treason into diplomacy? Are we pretending that this is diplomacy? What about diplomacy with your own fucking people? The people who pay your bills? What about diplomacy with us? Why is diplomacy with us never something that is discussed? They don't give a fuck. But diplomacy with other countries is so important? Hey, baby, I don't understand. Why doesn't your relationship with your own fucking constituents fucking matter? Someone help me understand that. Your relationship with your constituents doesn't matter, but your relationship with foreign leaders is more important. Okay. You guys, I don't know what to do in this way anymore, except for us to keep imagining something better, right? For us to keep imagining something better. And you might think imagination has no sway in the field. It has all the fucking sway. Imagination and belief. These are the things that we need more now than ever. You think what you need is more money, more power. You think you need more time. You think you need more community. Hear me. Those are the two things that we need. We need imagination and we need belief. Those two things can get you out of any circumstance and put you in any circumstance. Those two things are the major movers in that quantum field. Those two things. Why? One of them builds and one of them powers. That is your ego and your ego in action, right? You need your ego to be able to imagine beyond its current circumstances. Otherwise, it will never see them. Then you need your ego to believe and to fill that construct, that imagination, that construct that you build in your imagination with belief. Oh, that's a jet rocket, you guys. That's faster than the speed of light. You don't know belief moves faster than the speed of light, you guys? Faster than the speed of light. It's documented. Belief is powerful. And I've talked about this. They've done this weird thing to us where they told you that imagining and being playful are childish. And I have such a fucking problem with that, because what every adult right now needs more of is imagination and play. They need more joy, more pleasure in their life. And I don't mean that hedonistic pleasure that makes you feel gross when you overindulge. I mean the kind of pleasure that really does build something beautiful in you. You know, the pleasure of seeing your child being, tucked in a bed and comfortable at night. Pleasure, real pleasure, you guys, right? We need more of this. So one of the most radical things you can do right now today, one of the most transformative things you can do right now today is simply sit in your imagination of a better fucking world. You don't have to spend no money. You don't have to go out of your way. You don't have to get dressed or make any extra effort. You thought protesting, you thought boycotts, you thought fighting the power was the way to go. No. Focus your attention on imagining something better. Boom, boom, boom. When enough of us do that, we will create it. Yeah. Enough, you guys. Why do you think they're throwing so much shit against the wall? They want us focus on what they're doing. They want to solely focus on that. Because as long as we solely focus on that, we aren't actually rooting our manifestations meaningfully. We're rooting theirs. We're rooting someone's manifestations. Where is your energy going? Is it going to building a better reality for you? Or is it going to informing a better one for them? You want to be on a different frequency? Fucking choose it. Choose it. Start with that choice. You want to be on a different frequency? Then choose it. You want to stop seeing death and disaster around every corner? Stop looking. And I know that's hard, you guys. I know, because I want to look too. One, I'm nosy. Two, I care. Like, I really do care. I want to know what's going on. I care. It's a better use of my energy just to send love everywhere. Just to make a point. And I'm not just, love everywhere. No, I know the areas in conflict. I'm going to point to Sudan. I'm going to cover Sudan in love. I'm going to do that every time I think about it. Right? Or more often than that. I was thinking about something today, you guys. I was thinking about an imagination minute. I don't know if this is something that you guys would see value in, but I think so. So at 9/11 every day, morning and night, me and a couple hundred weirdos, we all say in love. It is our way of getting aligned in the field, right? And we focus on Eastern Standard Time, but we do also look at other 9/11s, wherever people are at. All right. So we all get focused in the field. We all align ourselves in love, right? That's a good thing that we do for the field. We give that to the field. I think that's something that we can do just around imagining our manifestation. So I want to call it manifestation minute. Right? Let's pick a time, a minute. And when we see, or actually wherever you see that number, I'm thinking 13 right now for some reason. Spirit's saying 13. Let me see something. And so I think what we do is you see the field, you see the collective field, right? You see everyone's manifestations in it. You see your manifestation in it. You imagine everyone getting what they want. You send love to everyone's manifestations. That's it, right? You do that whenever you see that number. It could be 5 seconds in your head, boom, bam. Even if you programmed it in a shortcut like a snap or something else, it's still sending that energy to the field in that way. I think that's something easy we can do. What do you guys think? Well, I think every time you see the number, so like at a 9:13, right? At 10:13. So literally not like once a day, but every time you see that number, every time any of us see that number. And the reason I'm doing that is because of time zones, right? So at 9:13, just stop for that minute. Just stop, right? You could set a timer on your phone for every on the 13th. Just stop. Think about if even 10 of us do that, you guys, but if we spread it, how much we're all collectively helping to create our collective manifestations, right? And there's no reason why we shouldn't bind our power to each other's and help each other create. Like there's no reason. And as a matter of fact, I wanted to talk about this within my community a little bit more, but we need to be doing something for people who need help with the SNAP benefits, you guys. So obviously I have a nonprofit, and I'm going to do what I can to help those in community, but we need to be helping. I don't know how many single mothers or even just people who were on benefits, period. Let me not focus on single mothers. I feel like we throw away our men a lot. There are plenty of men who are like staring down being hungry long term. But there has to be some solutions, there has to be something, you guys. There has to be something that we can do quick, whether it is local Facebook groups where people who need food and other people can give them food or money, send them money. But we need to right now, you guys, really be coming up with community solutions for everything. Every time they throw something at us, let that be an opportunity for us to join deeper in connection. Fine, cut the cord, government. Please do cut the cord and let us reconnect to one another more meaningfully. We need to be helping each other. I don't know how quickly we can do anything. I don't know a lot of people in my community, I'm going to be honest. And that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a very conservative community. And when they find out what I do, they call me a demon. So for some reason, I don't want to talk to them further. but you guys, in everything, we need to be coming up with solutions. We really do, you guys. We really do. And to that point, if we really are going to like not celebrate the holidays, I think that's dope if that's collectively what we're deciding to do. But I do think there's something else we could do. So instead of Spirit is on one. Instead of consuming this Christmas, what if all of us focus on creating? Right? Instead of consuming, we create, whether we create as a family, whether we create, like think about people could come together for community projects, but what if we focus on creating? Right? Like, let's change. Isn't Christmas supposed to be about this beautiful creation coming into the world? So not that I'm religious, but why don't we focus on creation? Well, I already don't celebrate Christmas personally. I celebrate the solstice. That's what I do. But I don't just mean that, because even in the context of the solstice, I still give gifts. Maybe we don't focus on giving gifts. Maybe we don't focus on consuming. We focus on creating. I don't know what that looks like, but do you guys get what I'm saying? I think we need to reframe something. I did not do any readings. I'm so sorry, you guys. I suck bad. Okay, so I'm gonna put up a video about I'm gonna do it on Nourish, about the manifesting minute, and we'll talk about that more there. And then I do think let's do a creating Christmas. I think that's beautiful because look, you guys, that changes the field. That feeds the field so much when we create, especially collectively. Let's do something together, you guys. Like seriously, let's do something together. We could all get on Zoom and we could create something together. Okay, I want to think more about this. All right, you guys, I'm gonna be on the Nourish Live in 16 minutes. I want to do some research on some of this real quick. Hey, Sharisi. All right, I'll see you guys there. I love you guys.